Hello and welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Trails into Reverie. I thought last episode we're gonna finish all of the daydreams, but
Slab of Reminiscence activated.
Thor's open house took longer than I expected, but it's okay. It's a really good daydream. I think it's one of my favorite in this game. But anyway, let's go through the last daydream through memories aglow. Hopefully it's not too long, then maybe I could fit in some of the 5th stratum lore. 3 months after the Battle of Jormungand's end, Major Revel had sent me a confidential letter. I had no reason to decline the request within, and so I paid a visit to Foulflame Palace. Could you give us some privacy? Certainly, Your Majesty. So this is it. This was my dad's study. Oh yeah, I don't think we ever been here, aren't we? We just only seen a cutscene. It feels a little surreal to be in here. I understand why you would feel that way. I would come to sort out his belongings after the war's end, but to my surprise, there was nothing left to sort. He never was one for displaying sentimental goods and the like, but I can only assume he disposed of what little he had beforehand. I could see that for him, yes. But if there's nothing here, what is it you said you wanted to give me in the letter? Ah, it would be something I found in the ashes of his fireplace. This is... How did it survive? Oh, it's a picture. Aww. Judging by its state, I should think it came from his diary. Nothing else remains of the diary itself, unfortunately, but I thought you should still have this. Please, take it. Thank you, Your Majesty. This is more than enough for me. Knowing he treasured this photograph till his last days means more than words can say. I'm grateful you thought of me when you found it. Then all is well. It's a lucky man to have you as a son. It was regrettably difficult for me to mourn him in public while his role in this war. But I heard you were able to carve his name into the grave you had made for your mother at your old home. Yes, I took the chance when I was nearby for a branch campus assignment. It's a quiet area of the suburbs, so I would like it if he and my mother could rest in peace there. Gilliath was a great friend to me, and a proud hero who lived in service of the Empire. I shall make it my business to visit the grave myself. I would like to visit Lance Maiden's grave in Crossbell as well. I'm sure they would appreciate you being there. Not that I knew either of them well enough to speak on their behalf, of course. That is just as true for me in a sense. I had seen him as a politician, but I only caught the slightest glimpse of him as a father. It's never too late to begin learning more, however, even if he is no longer with us. The great twilight is over, and the nation's suffering has come to an end. There is no better time to gather up the pieces we missed during our time of conflict. Yes, I suppose you're right. The more I look at it, the more surreal it feels. I saw something similar in the Spectrum moon mirror, but it's hard to imagine he used to smile like this. Guess that goes to show how little I really knew about him. Hopefully I can find more little things like this and take good care of them. Now, we're in for a busy day tomorrow, so I better get some rest. What? I guess that would explain how to survive. The picture is magic. I have accepted the Ebon Knight. But it is not by its will that I have chosen to bring destruction to the Empire. This is the only way to rid the land of the curse that has plagued it for so long. To end this world my loved ones call home, to require renouncing my very humanity. Yet it is a price I am willing to pay. From this day forward, I will see myself as a being of blood with soul of iron, guiding all to future of conflict. I write these words in my diary to show that I have chosen my path, that my will is still my own. I knew I would need pawns to achieve the future I so desired. Not long after having this realization did I happen upon a boy with a gift of precognition. His name is Lecter Arundel. What a funny twist of fate that he should be that man's son. The boy had accepted the hand fate had dealt him, both his father's crimes and that it would lead him to be silenced. I have given him a new home as one of my pawns, giving him a purpose in the form of revenge. Did I do this out of compassion, an emotion I thought I have abandoned? Or has seeing him reminded me of the son I've turned my back on? His father's crimes came to be the whispers of the Ebon Night. There is no reason for the child left behind to carry the weight of such an indelible sin. I know not whether his foresight has allowed him to see the ruin I am to bring about. But regardless, he has accepted my offer with great interest. Oh, so Rufus is the second. My next meeting has come soon after my promotion to Chancellor of the Imperial Government. While on state business meeting with the four great houses, I happen upon a fascinating young man. His name is Rufus Albarea, and he appears intelligent as he is hollow on the inside. He thinks of me as his true father, and he believes that besting me will give meaning to his existence. It feels almost cruel to find myself being called someone's father again. Meeting someone who seeks to do more than I ever could has been a fine boon indeed. May he show me humanity's potential. May he prove we are not powerless in the face of a curse, nor are we simple pieces on a game board. I know calling himself an Ironblood, a son of mine, will not be enough to satisfy him. Perhaps once he finds the answer he seeks, he will be fit to lead in the times to come. Two years have passed since my appointment to Chancellor. Rufus and Lecter have served me well. The word of the Ironbloods have begun to spread. What has dampened this just so is the passing of an old friend from Thor's. The circumstances surrounding his death are highly suspicious, enough for me to suspect that the Ebon Knight was to blame. It's when I went to handle the matter personally that I happened to meet his daughter, Claire Revel. In a clear manifestation of the Ebon Knight's dreaded hand toying with Erebonian lives, the tragedy had awakened a peculiar gift in her, a kind of enhanced cognition. I chose to leave the matter of her father's death in her hands, and though it would pain her greatly to do so, she has demonstrated the resolve to stand against destiny. Thinking this meeting to also be fate, I have invited her to join the Ironbloods as well. What she will discover on this road to ruin I do not know, but on behalf of my friend, I intend to bear witness as she finds it. I visited Jirai, and after negotiating with its mayor, it was agreed that it would be taken as a province of Erebonia. And around that time, who should show as if she had been waiting for this moment all along but my dear friend? I heard she was calling herself the Steel Maiden after accepting the position in the society. When talking to her, she was the same as I remember. She still thought to express concern for my well-being. With Jirai now under Imperial rule, the seeds of the curse have begun to blossom. The stage will soon be set for the rivalries. When I told her this, she left without saying much more. She deserves so much for what she has endured. I wish I could have let her know, but perhaps she too would prefer to appear strong. A fourth member has joined the Ironbloods. Her name is Milliam Orion, a new model homunculus with the nearly last in her line serial number OZ73. As pure and innocent as a being I have ever seen, she was quick to gain a sense of self, developing in the blink of an eye. Milliam has been able to give the other Ironbloods what I cannot. The more time I spend with her, the more I see Claire and Lecter's expression soften. We can only hope that through her, they have regained a small portion of what the Ebon Knight took away. For the sinful manner of forging a sword, what a fitting manner with the end it is destined to bring. I have long accepted that I will bear any sin for my goal, knowing full well my fate will be to accompany Ishmelga to Gehenna's depths. Prince Oliver's role in ending the crisis in Liberl was reported far and wide, when he soon after returned to the Empire like a hero aboard the Kingdom's Arsail. It was almost impossible to escape the story. I visited Liberl to offer my own greetings before his departure, but by doing so, he reminded me once more that he is a man of endless surprises. It was as if the lion slumbering within the Empire had awakened and taken his form. As I execute my plan to fill the world with conflict, he seeks to find a third way. His efforts are nothing but a hindrance in bringing about the Great Twilight, but I cannot help but feel excited by his declaration. If he's going to challenge me, then he had best put up a worthy fight. The conflict he seeks to stop will be great enough to engulf even Crossbell. I look forward to seeing how he intends to counter it. I received word that students from Thor's military academy would be coming to the capital on a field study, and among their Class 7 was a familiar face. I had given updates on his growth from Theo and Claire, but it was the first time I had seen him as a young man. I could see right away that he had become just like his mother, a kind soul who valued the well-being of others over himself. He is the picture of health now, and for that, I am grateful. I regret to write, however, that the curse has had a clear influence on him, adding to his internal strife. I knew it was bound to happen. He has the heart of the one closely linked to the curse. I dare not think of Kasia's face as she watches us from heaven, or the pain she must feel seeing the cruel fate I have thrust upon our child. Does she know that if he cannot control himself now, then he has no chance of surviving the days that are yet to come? It won't be long before the Great Twilight is upon us. All I can do is as his mother does, watch and see how he fares. October 30th. Newly independent Crossbell destroyed our guerrilla fortress. As foretold in the Black Records, this led to Erebonia declaring war on Crossbell. There was one development, however, that it did not foresee. Crow Armbrush, the grandson of Juri's Meyer. He was but an ordinary boy on the surface, bellying a searing vehemence beneath his skin that gave him the strength to match even me. Though everything has been proceeding as planned, he has allowed me the height of humanity's potential for the first time in a long while. At the same time as this developed, another came to be as I had feared would. Rean Schwarzer has accepted becoming an awakener for Valem. The Ebon Knight's power grows ever greater as the Civil War rages on. The Ashen Knight may be quite capable, but without sufficient resolve, will fall against the Ebon Knight with ease. As the one who thrusts this upon you, I doubt you would ever want to hear this from me. But only you can change your course. I dearly pray you find the will to fight against your fate. July the 18th, the growl of Erebos is made manifest. Prince Oliver had broken through all attempts to obstruct him, reaching the sea. And all for naught, he has met a tragic end. Human life is but dust to be scattered by the winds of fate, be you commoner or nobility, hero or villain. Even he was no exception to the rule and fell like any other. His loss is a deeply tragic one, for I had thought him uniquely capable of rebuilding the Empire after the Great Twilight's end. The wings of the hero have broken, and in the despair that followed, the sword of the end was swung at last. With Milliam's grief at demise, the final restraint chaining Rean has been unbound. He has been consumed by the curse, becoming the sacrifice decreed by fate so long ago. I nearly thought he would succeed in suppressing its hold on him with how long he fended it off. Maybe for the best that he will live through this miserable period as a mindless ogre. By the time he returns to his senses, the Ebon Knight and I will no longer be of this world. I would ask that he be able to rest until the rivalries have reached their climax. September 1st. Operation Yomungan and the final rivalry is now upon us. Though he fell to the fiery depths of despair, Rean rose from the ashes and has since fought valiantly for my defeat. The curse's power is at its peak, and still he prevailed. I can hardly believe how much he has grown. His friends may have played a part in this, but that alone does not explain it. What has elevated him to heights beyond prophetic imagining? I wish I knew, as much as I wish I could have learned it by watching over him as a father. This isn't like me at all. I shouldn't be losing myself at such a critical point. Should he somehow defeat me, my son will be forced to bear the full weight of the curse's power. Yet, if he has the strength to oppose me, then I will take it as my first and final paternal duty to see him wrest it from my grasp. To hope for miracles in this world is a fool's errand still. Goddess, are you so merciful as to lend your ears to one such as me? If so, then I pray, please. Wait, what? I missed that. It's too quick. Rean.
Huh? That felt too real to...
Oh, shit. Oh.
I wish I could have done more for him.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think I'll trust my gut on this one. He was always prioritizing the happiness of others, while shouldering burdens one should never have to bear alone. Like father, like son, huh? I wish I could have done more for him. Right. I still can. My father gave me life, and my friends gave me a reason to live that life. Simply living well is the best way I can repay him and my mother. That doesn't absolve the bad, but...
Morning, Kurt. The weather's beautiful today, huh? I'm so bad at waking up early.
Good morning, Yuna. Alpina. And what a coincidence. Yuzei and Ash are coming out at the same time.
A new day, a new diet to keep myself cute for the instructor. I binged on way too much sugar last night.
Thought I could sneak out before you guys.
No skipping out for you, Grumpy Gus. Now let's get to running.
Time to start the day.
Damn, Osborne, what a great villain. I still think that Cold Steel is much better than both Crossbell and Liberal. Oh, look at this. That is so sweet. And it's not as long as the others. God damn. Alright, we definitely have plenty of time, so I'll show you guys this four stratum, because there's a bit of cutscene every time we defeat the boss. I'll see you guys. Alright, we're back at my older save. This is the 5th stratum. The stratum itself is... It's just like the first 4th stratum. I think it's just a little bit longer, but it just have a stronger enemies. Nothing much until you reach the depths, which what we're gonna do right now. Right. This Stratum boss is McBurn. Not just McBurn, the Overlord McBurn. But don't worry, since it's on easy, so it's not that difficult.
This'll be quite the tea party. Wait! Now! I'll assist! Showtime. Engaging.
It should be quick, but just in case.
Spiral Arc!
My turn. Ha! It's me! Yeah! Very well. Yeah! Showtime. It's me!
Whirl! Spiral Arc!
How shall we play? Yeah!
Get lost!
Wait! Now! I'll assist! Showtime. Ha! I'll support you. Thanks. It's me! Engaging. Ha!
Little!
My turn now.
Whirl! Spiral Arc!
Yeah, I just spam Spiral Arc and blast him with
Now
arc.
then. Yeah! It's me! Here you go! Showtime. Ha! Yeah! It's down! I'll assist! It's me! Pop! I shall go.
Oh, should we? Okay, McBurn's true form recreated by the corridor, it brings all his otherworldly strength to bear, wielding flames of pure calamity.
Whirl!
Engaging. Yeah!
Easy.
You're pushing me pretty hard!
Target's eliminated. Move out. Stats updated.
Yay, I did it!
Growth is a path.
Oh yeah, we should have bring... Now that I think about it, let's do that next time. I'm just happy we were able to make it through without serious injury. Still, it's more than a little worrisome for being of the Divergent laws to have shown itself here. He's the overlord of the Beyond, right? I'd expect a guy packing his kind of heat couldn't hang around normal spaces. Then the Reverie corridor may not be considered a normal space. Who is that? Why do they have a white silhouette? It will take more than that to kill. What? Huh? She just talked. What does she look like? Oh, Kia. If you insist on going any farther, then you had best prepare yourself for what has to come. What is this strange feeling? What did we just see? She didn't seem to be the master of this floor. Right, she wasn't the same as them. It makes me wonder if... The highest probability is that she is part of the Reverie corridor that has established itself beyond my administrative bounds. Were you observing us, Administrator? Who knew he could appear this way? It's like a three-dimensional projection. Level 4B irregularities have been detected, invoking administrative privileges. Now infiltrating the Reverie corridor domain for further observation. By irregularities, it must mean it would be easier to point out what isn't irregular with all we've seen. Well, I think we explored this area plenty for now. We should return to the garden and give everyone else an update. Alright then, let's go back. Granting interconnectivity access. Restrictions have been waived. Long-distance communication is now active. Time to put... oh shit. What's happening? It's like some sort of art. Correct. It is now possible to communicate with visitors in the garden from a distance. How incredible. Time to put it to use then. The team promptly reached out to those staying in the Reverie garden. They were very thorough in explaining their various encounters, including that of the girl with the white silhouette. Wow, sounds like you got a lot more than you bargained up here. We better be ready for whatever's in the depths of this place because it's only getting weirder from here. As the target has yet to be ascertained, it falls outside the administrative reach of the Black Mirror. Therefore, all operations pertaining to it, including access and termination, are to be denied. I'm at a loss, frankly. That girl doesn't seem to fit in with anything else I've seen so far. Yeah, we're missing the surrounding clues that will help make sense of her. Who is she? What did she mean when she said those things? Right. We mustn't forget that everything here ties back to Elysium. That should mean the girl with the white silhouette does as well. You got any clues, LP? None at the moment, I'm afraid. There's something I wish to have clarified. What sort of havoc are these so-called irregularities causing? That's a good question. I know there was something about interference preventing the corridor from closing, but that's it. The havoc being referred to is the expansion of the space beyond my administrative bounds. Over time, the space surrounding my centralized area of control has grown in size. Example, the most recent Guardian that appeared. That being was not constructed by me. What? It wasn't? Do you mean the Overlord in a sense replaced whatever you intended to be present? Correct. The Reverie Corridor's management system has several limitations in place. Beings in relation to certain confidential matters are ineligible for reproduction. The Overlord would be one such being. Its existence was therefore generated by an irregularity. And that explains why he seemingly appeared out of thin air. Gotta wonder just what else falls under confidential matters if they can go and drop him on the first thing. So if what the administrator says is true, either the girl swapped in the Overlord somehow, or it transformed the Guardian that was already there into. And from the sounds of it, the space beyond administrative bounds is getting bigger. Don't think we could ignore this even if we want to. Yeah, are you okay? What's up, kiddo? You're looking blue. Is there something bothering you that can help it? No, it's not that. Just been stuck with these uneasy feelings for a while. That's not good. Hope you aren't coming down with something. I don't think so. It's not the same as feeling sick. It's like something about all of this is bugging me and won't go away. If it's bugging you, then that alone should raise alarm bells for the rest of us. Actually, Milliam and I have also felt uneasy. I don't know if it's for the same reason as you here, but you're not alone in it at the very least. Yeah, I can't put my finger on why I feel it, but it's there for sure. Then it wasn't my imagination. I thought something was bothering me. Maybe it's a sign we should be treading with a little more caution here. I'd rather you three feel on the safe side. It's not a matter of feeling unsafe. It's strange, yes, but it's otherwise fine. Well, if you're not worried, then I'm not gonna worry. Okay, we're one step closer to the truth behind this place. Yeah, just be careful as we try to get more answers. The enemies are only going to get stronger from here. Right. Alright, let's jump one stratum forward. Alright, we are in the 6th stratum depths now. I bring along our 3 main characters. I'm gonna see if it makes any changes. That girl showed herself again, but it's not just her I sense. So at first I thought she's the Crossbell Septarian, the Demiurgos, because she looks like Kia and she has the power to change causality. But anyway, the boss is Erebonia's 2 holy beasts. I should have bring Rose, huh?
A powerful enemy. Exercise caution. Showtime. It's me! My turn now. My turn. I'm next. How shall we play?
Whirl! Spiral Arc!
How shall we play? Here you go! My turn.
They are not weak to anything.
Yeah. Very well. Showtime. Ha! How shall we play? Ah.
Oops.
Engaging.
Whirl! Spiral Arc!
My turn. Yeah. Now then. Ha! Showtime. Yeah. It's me.
Oh, it removes my...
All for one, and one for all! Engaging.
Whirl!
I shall go. Yep. Showtime. I'll support you. Thanks. Now then. Ha! Showtime. Ha!
Uh-oh.
Engaging. All for...
Oh, they both...
Our victory is complete. I did it!
Phew, that was some battle. Those were the toughest guardians we faced by far, and that means... Yeah, I don't think they're who you're supposed to face here. Why must you persist? There you are. I don't know who you are, but... What? She looks just like... Kia. See her eyes? Tells me that she is Demiurgos. They could be twins if not for the different hair and eye colors. Her aura is nothing like Kia's though. That is because I'm nothing like her. Kia is not my name. I have not been in existence for long. But at the same time, I've existed in this space since long before your arrival. You are the invaders, not me. What do you mean? How are we invaders? Falsity is detected. The Black Mirror is responsible for the administration and supervision of this space. Irrespective of how you came to exist, your presence is an irregularity. Now requesting you to relinquish control of this area at once. You misunderstand. The situation may be irregular, but my existence is not. All would be well, but the observer of the land of Erebos chosen not to intervene in the casualty of the land of fate. Intervening in casuality, does that mean what I think it does? But who does she mean by observer of the land Erebos? There is much that you do not know, and I see no reason to enlighten you. Persist in your resistance and the consequences will be devastating. Consider this your final warning. I have so many more questions now than I did before. I think we should let the others know what's going on. The party borrowed the Black Mirror's power again to communicate with those back in the garden. They then filled them in on what just transpired. And it was someone who looked just like Kia who said all that? It's troubling to hear that she called us invaders. Do you have any clue what she meant, Kia? Sorry, I'm sure you're just as confused as the rest of us. Yeah. While she was talking, I got this strange feeling. That vague sense of unease I've been feeling suddenly felt much stronger. If only I knew who she is. I couldn't sense a single thing from her. That never happened to me before. No wonder you're feeling nervous then. For real. If you couldn't sense anything about her destiny at all, that goes beyond unusual. Well, I imagine this is all far from a coincidence. That includes her being here and her choosing to assume Kia's appearance. Maybe so, but I don't even have dots to connect here. Same here, I'm totally lost. There's something niggling at me, but I can't put my finger on it. In what way? Well, I think it's safe to assume that she's somehow related to Kia, but I don't feel like she's only related to Kia. That's all, sorry. I wish I had more to contribute. No, I'm glad you told us. That could help point us in the right direction. You still getting that strange feeling, Milliam? Yeah, if anything, it's stronger than ever. I wonder what the reason for that could be. I'm sure the unclouded eye technique will be invaluable here. Before we go into that, I've got a question for you, Black Mirror. Just what is the Reverie corridor? That's a good question. Yeah, it's kinda hard to grapple the harder problems when we don't even have the first clue on the basics. We were just summoned here one day. It helped us get stronger, so it's cool it exists, but we know next to nothing about its true nature. It may be difficult to comprehend with your scope of understanding, but I will try to answer. The Reverie corridor is a term applied to realms that can be expanded freely in order to fulfill a specific purpose. The gnomes use this as proving grounds to select future awakeners for the Divine Knight. It should be noted, however, that the administration feature was not part of my original functions. Really? But didn't you tell us you were this space's administrator? The Black Mirror is a system designed to watch over casuality and guard its laws from interference. Roughly 1200 years ago, I detected the near-limitless scanning of those laws by Elysium's prediction. This caused me to forcibly reactivate from sleep mode. A whole system built to watch over casuality? No pressure. We're here, in essence, because of Elysium. But what do you mean by forcibly reactivate? By the time I had reactivated, Elysium has already deployed manifestation of the impossible on a vast scale. It was apparent that my original functions would not suffice, and so I created a Reverie corridor in a high-level phase space. Through the Black Mirror's administration, I aim to bring out the true potential of its visitors. I see. That explains quite a bit, though there is still plenty that's beyond our understanding. Even this is a lot to take in, really. Elysium was capable of making the impossible possible in Zemuria. Evading something of that nature should have been out of our reach. The only reason we emerged victorious was because we trained in a place that, like Elysium, was not of this world. So that's why you brought us here. Can't play by the rules when you're up against something that calculates your every move. When you look back on it, it's easy to see that this space was a key to our victory. Even with the training we gained through here, overcoming Elysium was no easy task. It took all we had to eke out victory. That we won makes being brought here worth its while, so thank you, Black Mirror. You can tell, we could have easily lost our fight without your intervention. So if the girl in white really is causing trouble here, then we'll fight again to keep things here right. It's our responsibility to see to what Elysium left behind the same way we dealt with Elysium itself. Hey, I should be the one saying that. I just want to get this done and over with so I can get back to being lazy. Nadia. Oh boy, now that I got a better idea of what's going on, I'm all fired up to fix it. That doesn't feel like an appropriate reaction to these grim circumstances, but I understand the sentiment. I'm right here with her. I want to know why you two are getting that weird feeling, and sitting here worrying about it won't get me answers. Taking care of things directly has always been this group's way of anyway. To each his own, I suppose. Alright, this is as fine time as any to ask something that's been on my mind for some time now. I want to know who you are, Black Mirror. It's hard not to wonder who is capable of interfering with the laws of casuality and shifting our circumstances like so. Hold on. Whatever are you suggesting, Rufus? I've been asking the same question myself. We're talking to an entity that can create space like this. Yeah, this place is on the same scale as Phantasm. The girl referred to the Black Mirror as the observer of the land of Erebos, didn't she? Couple that with Black Mirror calling itself a system designed to watch over casualty. And it gives me an idea. I think the Black Mirror is Athena. You have observed the Empire for a very long time indeed, haven't you? While authoring the Black Records. No way! I had a feeling. The Black Mirror's true identity is likely one of the many artifacts left behind in phase space. The Casuality Recording Engine, Azoth. That name appeared in the last of the Black Records. That answers that then. Correct. Azoth and the Black Mirror are one of the same, with Azoth being the initial identifying title. 1207 years before the present time, it was activated by Arnor the Educator, and have since existed as the Black Records. They use the Spirit Vein synchronization with the Spirit Shrines to record and preserve major events for all eternity. But for all these years you've been watching over Erebonia while trying to steer it down the right path, the Black Records were an incredible guide for us, yeah. They were also the foundation of His Excellency's plan. Everything has fallen into place for me now. You gotta be pretty devoted to your job to keep at it for over 1200 years, but it paid off big for us. I can't quite relate as much as all of you from the Empire can, but now that we partly know the meaning behind what the girl said, it makes me curious about the casuality of the Land of Fate. Part rings the bell for some reason. Same for me, it's at the tip of my tongue too. For all of you guys? Oh, it's the Azure Tree. Oh well, I'm sure it'll be made clear as we keep going. Honestly, that's about all we can do if we want more answers. I'm sure that wasn't last time the girl will show herself before us. Now to find her and continue on. Indeed, but with great caution, our enemies are only growing stronger. That is advice best heeded. The next stratum will be the last. Mind that its erosion rate is over 12%. There is likely some irregularity present. May your investigations shed some light into this. Well, I'm gonna tell right now, it is not the last. Alright, this is the 7th stratum depths. It's getting more and more ominous. But I bring our two Growth Ritter. You'll see why. There she is. She really does look strikingly like Kea. I knew you wouldn't heed my warning. You will go not one step farther. Try as you might, you will never overcome Casualty's defense mechanisms. What is that? What are you talking about? Just who is this girl? We are gonna be fighting 3 Growth Ritter. What? Oh boy. The damn Growth Ritter. That isn't good. It's 3 of the Church Dominion. It's me, Gaius, and Father Thomas. They look like they're wielding even more of their stigma's power than our bodies are meant to handle too. Then the Guardians really are being replaced by new ones by her. Well, doesn't matter what trials you have in store for us, we'll still win. And when we do, I hope you're ready to give us answers. Your efforts are as futile as my very existence. Destiny will not, cannot be changed. Oh goddammit. Days remove first.
A powerful enemy. Exercise caution. Weak! It's down. I'll assist. Weak!
Thank you.
I'll assist. Weak! It's down. I'll assist. Showtime. My turn.
Whirl!
Engaging. Ha! Now then. Ha! How shall we play? Yep. you. Ha! I'll support you. Thanks. How shall we play?
World.
How shall we play? Here you...
Oh shit.
Engaging. Rihanna, now then. Ha! How shall we play? Yeah! Got you. All for one
Let's go.
and one for all!
This is what we're capable of!
Yeah! How shall we play?
World.
It's me! My turn now.
Easy.
Good day and goodbye. I did it!
Phew, we did it. Even if they're replicas, I'm surprised we still managed to defeat Wazzy and Father Thomas. Please, it would take more than a few sham stigmas to beat us. I think it was nothing short of a miracle that we triumphed over the partitioner personally. Now, do you see how much you underestimated us? How did you do it? Now that's a silly question. It's because there's nothing that can stop us as long as we work together. Just like when we beat Elysium. So long as I'm not fighting alone, I'll never give up. No matter how many of your minions you send our way. Perhaps you do have what it takes to succeed, but... Just who are you? Why are you trying to stop us? What is your goal? You seem to believe that I was behind replacing the Guardians in the last few strata, but I was not. What? Then who did? The logical assumption, judging by her words, is that the defense mechanism she mentioned is the source. Attempt to discover means of interference successful. The girl is not directly responsible, confirming that the culpability for this event lies elsewhere. I am nothing but a shadow watching over a world that has long since stopped moving. What does that mean? I fear it is too difficult to explain in human tongues. Oh damn. What's that? It's like something eroding away the Reverie corridor. But that's... Observing new casualty space. New casualty space has made contact with current casualty space, resulting in mutual interference. I've identified this to be the source behind the irregularity. Current status of both sides at present is balanced. So something is happening on the other side? Something that is in the process of taking shape? This won't be good for us. Did you come here from the other side of that hair then? I am the first OZ, OZXX. So she's the first of Milliam and Altina line. The first sort of creation. I see that you may have the power to resolve the battle against destiny, but I will still advise that you go no farther, not unless you're prepared to risk accelerating your doom. So please, stop following me. Wait! This took quite an unexpected turn. All this is really starting to make my head hurt. We won't be able to do much with only us, I think. Let's head back to the garden and let everyone know what's happening. Right, it's good to get everyone's thoughts before deciding what to do next. What the leading party witnessed at the end of the 7th stratum was beyond their wildest imaginations. While plenty of questions still remained, they did finally find some answers, and so they decided to return to the gardens to discuss all they had learned with the others. At last, we're finally getting somewhere. She bears much striking resemblance to Kia, and we know who she is. The first OZ, OZXX. I never even considered that there once has to be the first of it. Isn't something you should beat yourself up over, Allie. She's right. And the last thing any of us expected to see was a new OZ after the Twilight was put to rest. No wonder we were having that gut feeling that something was wrong. Yes, something about her felt so familiar, or perhaps there was an innate affinity. It was like I could feel at ease around her, even though we had never met her before. That's understandable. I expected her to have a strong connection to Kia, but I wasn't expecting this twist. Yeah, it just means there was a lot more to it than we were suspecting. The OZ girls are all homunculi. They came from the workshop just like Little Bunny, yeah? Correct. I don't suppose you know the meaning of her title being XX, do you? I would guess it's to indicate that she wasn't assigned a number to begin with. She's likely a prototype that was created even before the OZ that was given the number 1. If that's the case, I wonder if that means she differed from the others in some way. Did something occur to you, Alyssa? I may have an idea, but it's just a theory. We came across records dating back over 500 years ago when we investigated the Black Workshop after the war. Some of them did relate to the initial conception of the OZ series. We learned the homunculi technology used as the basis to forge the sword didn't originally belong to the gnomes. They stole that technology from the alchemists of Crossbell instead. In other words, it belonged to the Croix family in the Middle Ages. Albrecht said as much. At the bottom of the growl of Erebus guessed it was true. Yeah, and now we have the evidence. The Croix family stole from them in turn as well. The cradle they designed was originally based on a gnome technology. That thing Keta was sleeping in for 500 years? So the two sides consistently stole each other's technology to improve their own capabilities over the years. I believe so. I heard Albrecht and Maribel banter about as much right in front of me. It's just like Belle. It must have been surreal. We only heard secondhand stories about those two, but I don't envy you being caught in the middle of that exchange. I think I understand why Alyssa brought it up though, if you put all of this together. Exactly, you must have come to the same conclusion I did. It's only logical that the gnome's first attempt to create homunculus designed to the Sword of the End would be a copy of the homunculus the alchemists had already designed. I think that's a safe assumption. It explains why she and I look so much alike. At least they managed to find someone that was lost to history over 500 years ago. And then they recreated her as if she was here all along. So that's how OZXX came to be. Yet it's almost unthinkable. Almost. It's impossible to deny what Elysium is capable of after what we've seen. I agree, and the logic does check out. What's happening here continues to connect to us in more ways than we realize. That's another question potentially answered, but others still remain. Why is she inside the Reverie corridor? Why is she trying to achieve? What is she trying to achieve? Those are excellent questions. Knowing she was created by Elysium isn't nearly as important as knowing to what end. Every decision Elysium makes in its own best interest, so she must have some purpose, though she didn't seem to be actively trying to achieve anything at all just yet. Even if the reason for her existence isn't apparent yet, sure she has some. We essentially cheated our way to victory over Elysium by using this world to become stronger than it could predict. On the other hand, Elysium became aware of what was happening and was certainly devising a solution to stop us. It would be something that, if allowed to reach its conclusion, would enable Elysium to recreate the world like we originally prevented. This is difficult to wrap my head around, but we're dealing with something even more dangerous than we originally thought. If your theory is correct, then the seeds Elysium planted when it began tampering are only now just beginning to bloom? I'm guessing that the other space at the end of the 7th stratum factors into this somehow. Anything you want to share with us, Hazard? A logical model based on previously observed data is currently being constructed. However, it can be surmised that an impossible casualty is being constructed beyond the depths. As I'm only meant to observe Erebonia, my information on other regions is less reliable. Though it would be logical to assume the phenomenon occurring is derived from events in the Crossbell region. Whatever there is based on Crossbell? I'm not sure what to make of that. Yet, it's supposedly a casualty that would be otherwise impossible. Let's remember where we are. This is a space capable of influencing casualty to begin with. I'm gonna take a wild guess that whatever's out there is specifically why Elysium made a copy of OZXX. Take note that attempting to investigate the matter any further is heavily unadvised. What? And why is that? The threat posed by the other space has now decreased. OZXX returned to the other side and slowed its encroachment into the Reverie corridor's depths. Relevant counter protocols have also been updated based on the newly acquired data. Equilibrium has been relatively restored. Encroachment continues at a heavily reduced pace, however. Interference from this side may jeopardize matters. Current models indicate harm to the real world will be kept to a minimum, so long as the current status quo continues. Anyone want to summarize that for the rest of us? It's saying the real world isn't in much danger right now, but we could do more harm than good if we keep going. Not exactly a satisfying answer. The real problem hasn't truly been dealt with. All that means is there a semblance of balance so long as OZXX is on the other side. Correct. Meaning our further interference threatens to upset the balance once again. Affirmative. OZXX also stated the possibility of exacerbating the situation persists. Now what? You want us to just let sleeping dogs lie and go? Through that, we didn't get dragged back here just to what's that now? Let's come down and consider our options. We can't just ignore the walking away now has practically no downside. Even if it does mean abandoning our mission, meanwhile pressing on has considerable risks. That doesn't mean they aren't worth taking. I'm not a fan of doing a half-assed job. I want to go after her. You do? Even after everything you were just told? I know, I understand how risky it would be. Objectively, maybe it's best not to risk upsetting the balance she created for us. I'm concerned the encroachment hasn't stopped, even if it's been slow to become manageable. More than anything. I can't abandon her, not after learning the connection Milliam and I share with her. She was born over 500 years ago, only to be quickly forgotten and discarded by the few who knew her to begin with. Now she's been recreated here, only to be compelled to spend eternity in isolation for our sake. She's never had the chance to know happiness and has now convinced herself that it's out of reach, pushing us away. I realize I'm being selfish by going after her, especially given the risks involved, but I won't turn my back on someone being forced to put on a brave face as they're heartbroken deep down. Not after everything I've been through myself, I simply can't. Altina. Aw, Tilly. That's exactly how I feel. I could have just as easily ended up in the same position as her if things had gone even a little differently. Maybe I would have ended up like her and not learn what it's like to truly smile. I was able to learn just how happy a place the world can be after Lloyd found me, and that's what I want to learn too. You already know where I stand on this. I'm not going to overlook a problem that Elysium was responsible for. Besides, I want to become strong enough to extend a helping hand on others when they need it. Just like someone once did for me. You're so cute, LP. Do you now? Part of me thinks it's foolish to willingly charge into danger, but I hear you. That's what all you want to do? Then you all have our support. You don't even have to ask. We're the SSS. We'd be doing a piss poor job if we didn't help a little girl in need. You're not the only ones with job titles to live up to. The Bracer isn't gonna sit this one out. And you two have our word that we'll fight with every fiber of our beings too. We'll get through the hardship waiting for us. That's the Class 7 way. That's right, nail on the head. What's one more challenge that we must rise to the occasion for? Let's do this, everyone. If Ellie and Million wants our help, we'll be right there to give it. I don't know what to say. Your arguments are resoundingly illogical, but I lack the authority to oppose them. It is impossible to predict exactly where your decision will lead you. Nevertheless, all systems will be kept open for your disposal. I shall anticipate your success. Thank you. You better be expecting it because that's exactly what we're going to deliver. The unknown realm extending beyond the 7th stratum shall tentatively be named 0th stratum. OZXX movement record confirms an access route, but further data on the 0th stratum is unavailable. All visitors are advised to exercise caution when proceeding. We'll be careful. Thanks for the help. We're going to do this, then let's take time to make sure we're fully prepared for the ordeals ahead. Good thinking. Let's set off to finally learn the whole truth as soon as we're ready. Alright. I think that's it for this episode. When we come back, we will finally be able to go to the 0th stratum step, beat the final boss, and see what this Reverie corridor is all about. And I will also show you guys the epilogue on the daydream. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. Until next time, bye.